I think they've been brilliant. We played them in the FA Cup not long ago as well. We went to extra time. It was a tight, even game. He's got players who scores goals, defend really well, really difficult on set plays. And David's done a tremendous job that we know he's capable of. So I'm very happy for him, and we know this is a big game for us. It's as you say, it's maybe too far ahead to City. So of course we need to consolidate our place in the top 2 or 3, hopefully.
Well, we go there with a lot of credit in the bank with how we played a few weeks ago there. We took them to extra time and ran them close. But Manchester United have got really good qualities. The game at home, we thought we had played probably even better than we had at Old Trafford. We lost 3-0 in the end, but the first goal was quite obviously out the pitch, and it sort of changed the fortunes of the game a little bit. But no, look, we know how tough a game it is. Manchester United are playing well. They've only just proved that against Manchester City, so hard game for us.
So as ever, use the hashtag PLFans on social media to get in touch and send in your questions and videos for our panel, who can hopefully provide some answers. First up, we've got Ash from Ghana.
My question is that if Man United beat West Ham, can Man United be in a serious title race? And if West Ham beat Man United, can West Ham finish top 4 by end of the season?
He's got his little shirt on and everything. So cute. Thank you, Ash. What do you think? Can West Ham finish in the top 4 this season?
No, I don't think they can. Even though after 27, 28 games, they're up there. And I think David Moyes has said, if this stage of the season, if they're up there, they'll start believing. But I just think there's more quality from other teams at the top end of the table.
10 games to go.
Look at Chelsea. Look at Chelsea.
Yeah.
Look at Manchester United. Leicester last season dropped out. We know that. But I just think that with the game in hand to go to 51, I just think even Spurs have got, good momentum. I just don't think they will. But if they can finish a Europa League place, it would be fantastic. And by the way, on your autocue, you missed out the word expert panel.
I left it out on purpose. Owen, what do you think? Can West Ham make top 4?
I think you were referring to Arsh on that expert panel, weren't you? Good question. No, I think for West Ham to even be in the position, 6 points, behind Manchester United is an unbelievable season. You could argue David Moyes could be in the running for manager of the year. The job that he's done there. So I think for United, off the back of their best performance against Man City, they'll be quietly confident, even though they dropped, they drew in the Europa League. But West Ham are hard to play against, and I think United prefer to play on the counter like they did against City, and West Ham will do the opposite. They'll sit in and counter them. So I think Moyes done an amazing job frustrating teams, but I think United need the points, and I think United will win the game.
OK, next up, let's get our next question. This is from Kit, who's from India.
What is the proper way for United to improve their starts like they did in the Manchester derby? Because whenever that's not a good start from them, they always tend to struggle in the match. Is it the mindset? It is something deep rooted, or it's something else that we fans don't know about that you can put light on?
Let's get the expert's view on this from Julian Laurent. Jules, what do you think? They need to start games quicker, don't they? Just like they did in the Manchester derby. How do they do it?
Well, they didn't do it against Milan, that's for sure, because they were so sloppy. They kept giving the ball away all the time. Maybe it's in the preparation. Maybe it's what the manager says to them before the game kicks off. But especially in a game like this, like Owen said, if you let West Ham settle in the game, be comfortable, have a good shape, it would be harder for you. So they have to start really good. We saw against City, they kicked the ball at kickoff straight into the City half. Everybody pushed up. It was a throw-in. Gabriel Jesus lost the ball. Marcel got the penalty, and that was it.
That's the tactic. Get a penalty.
Yeah, get a penalty. Hoop the ball up, and then at least put them under pressure as early as possible and let them not go out of their own half.
Do you know what I think for Manchester United? What they need to challenge realistically for a Premier League is a number 9. Whoever that may be. Listen, I'd go all out and try and get Haaland. Listen, if that happens, I don't know. And a number 6 who can dictate the tempo of a game. Scholes used to do it. Carrick used to do it. They're very hard to find around the world, but I think a 6 who can dictate long passing, get the ball into Fernandes. Listen, McTominay, Fred and Matthews do well, but have they got a 6 who can dictate the tempo game?
They play against one in Declan Rice. Declan Rice would be perfect for Manchester United.
Has he got the range of passing, do you think?
Yeah, definitely.
If you've got McTominay, do you buy Rice, though?
Rice is better than McTominay.
We've had this debate on the show before, haven't we?
We have.
Haven't we?
I think Rice is a great footballer.
What do you think?
Yeah, I'm with Jules.
Well,
I
do
mean,
you think Rice can dictate the tempo of a game?
I think his upside is off the charts. So I think he has the potential to be anything.
Yeah.
He can be a lot better. I think he plays within himself. People don't realise how big he is, Declan Rice. He's 6'3", so he looks like a centre-back, but he can actually, he's really good technically as well. And I'm not a big fan of the guy that just plays in there and passes it like Pirlo. I think when you play in there, you've got to stop people too. So to be, that's why Pirlo.
Rice over Pirlo?
No, but that's why you think about like Pirlo, yeah, and he was unbelievable. But he had Gattuso next to him, you know, and he had Ambrosini. So he had people that did the work for him. In the Premier League, you need someone in there. You know, we see that's why Jorginho sometimes, you know, struggles.
But for Man United, so we're talking about Declan Rice. Sorry, Jules. We're talking about Declan Rice. Do you think he could dictate a game in games where United need to break teams down, where there's no space in behind, where they can't play in transition, they can't counter-attack? Do you think Declan Rice would be that player to control games for Manchester United?
This is where football has gone wrong. People want to find everybody to be the dictator. You don't need it. You don't need to. You watch the best centre-back in the world play football, Van Dijk. He doesn't dictate the game. He does what he needs to. You know, he doesn't play silly passes. He doesn't come out. The holding midfielder Sal shouldn't have to be a number 10. His job is to get the ball to number 10 to dictate the game. Yeah, I got an 8 and I got a 10, which means that players in front of him and 2 wingers. So Declan Rice shouldn't dictate the game. He should pass it to the people that make the difference. And defensively, he should stop the 10. That's why you got to be good defensively. So I think you're right in a sense. Depending who plays with him, you can have somebody.
I think Thiago would have been fantastic for Manchester United.
But look at Thiago. You know, he's a fabulous player, but he doesn't really suit Liverpool.
But I think it'd suit Man United with a McTominay next to him.
Potentially. But then where's Pogba play? Where does Bruno Fernandes play?
Fernandes is a 10, so the 4-2-3-1 with Fernandes 10. But where's Pogba play? Does Pogba...
So then Martial doesn't play, Rashford doesn't play, Greenwood doesn't play.
Squad game.
Let's go to social media for our final question today. Osh Shapeng on Twitter is asking, if David Moyes gets into the top 4 and Ole doesn't win a trophy, is he better than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? What a question.
What a question, Owen and Jules.
Sav, we'll throw that one to you.
Yeah, you're the expert.
What was the question?
So, if Ole doesn't win a trophy and David Moyes gets into the top 4, is he a better manager than Ole?
He would have done a better job this season, and you would say in his career he would be a better manager, I would suggest, because he's got Everton into the top 4 in the past. I would say overall, David Moyes, for me, if he does that this season, achieves that, it's a better achievement. Is he a better manager? I would say in terms of games he's managed and what he's done, I would say yes, because Ole hasn't had the longevity yet.
Yeah. I agree. That's fair. That's a really good point from the expert panel.
Owen, what do you think?
Well, I think if David Moyes gets into the top 4, that's probably one of his greatest achievements. You know, so.
But is he a better manager than Ole? It's a good question from Twitter.
Yeah, it is. You know, experience-wise, he'd say yeah. But I think Ole's done a great job of, in crucial moments, finding something when he needs it. And,
I agree.
And I think it's impossible to compare teams, you know, with different styles and different philosophies.
If Moyes you get to the top 4, it's a better achievement than Ole.
Yeah, by far. But I think if United, I think Ole needs to win something this year. You know, and not to keep his job, but I think just for, you know, 3 semi-finals last year and they went out.
1 this year.
And I think if they can finish second and win something, then he's had a great year.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Another very quick one, just to read this one out from Bokang on Twitter, who says, I'm a Man United fan. Is there another Diaz, Virgil van Dijk, Upamecano type of player for us to kick on and for us to win the league next season with Pogba and McTominay in front of the back 4? Jules, who is that
plenty,
player?
Yeah, Jules Koundé, Sevilla, is a fantastic talent. I think he would have a great impact on that team. It's hard to find players who can come in and have an impact like we saw with Ruben Diaz and Virgil van Dijk, but certainly I think Koundé could be one. Konate, RB Leipzig is a very good, talented.
I'd love to see United get Fofana.
Or Wesley Fofana as well.
He's a Ferrari, honestly.
He's very special.
I'd throw whatever they got left in the bank to get him. He's a fabulous player.
I can say that.
Very nice. All right, Man United, West Ham, that's our preview for that done. We'll get Robbie's prediction for that a little bit later on.